going on, everybody? Thanks for being patient.
Sorry about that. We had to go get we had a hold up with getting lunch.
Yeah, I'm very upset about that.
Yeah, the place we got lunch is totally inconsequential today.
Yes.
There we go. See you guys later. That's over.
No, they're actually pretty delicious.
No, I'm just kidding. We're not going to mention them, but no, the food's actually very delicious.
Yeah, what do you call it? So everybody, today, episode 6, Battlin Babies, all right? What do you call it? If you guys don't know, truly inconsequential, not all characters are created equal. Mr. Greer.
Hello, hello.
And myself of the Grindhouse Radio debate this week zeros in front of all of you, the live audience.
Yes.
It'll be determined in real time who will remain inconsequential and who may be liberated back into the heroes category this week.
Yes.
We're arguing Dil Pickles from Rugrats.
Yes.
And Maggie Simpson from The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Now, do you think that either will actually make the cut, or will they be tossed in the diaper pail of obscurity?
Yeah, you know what? The problem is, like, if this was an actual fight, Dil would be in a lot of trouble because Maggie can actually fight. That's the thing. Like, you always see Maggie's one of those, like she's a smart baby.
She is.
Yeah.
She is, and Dil is kind of dumb.
Yeah. Well, he's like Maggie's a smart baby. Dil is just, he's a baby. He's a regular baby.
He's pickled.
Like, he's an average. He is an average baby.
This is true.
But so who do you guys think we should start out with? Maggie Simpson, or Dil Pickles?
Who do you think?
Who is the first contestant on Am I Important or Not?
The Price is Wrong.
Yeah.
Come on, what do we got?
I know we got Dil Pick. Kim says Dil.
Okay.
Kim says Dil Pickles. I know we had a Dil Pickles early on.
Okay.
But Kim's pretty smart. I think we should go with Dil Pickles.
Jesus Christ.
And I'm not just saying that because she's in the other room.
Wow. What do you call? Also, just make sure we keep in touch with Twitch and YouTube.
Yeah, well, that's gonna come up over on this side. Yeah,
all right.
That's okay.
Cool.
Barthel 8CS over on YouTube. Thank you for being over here, my friend.
All right, so I guess we'll start with Dil.
Mary says Dil too, and we got to go with what Mary says too, because Mary's just the biggest MVP in this chat.
This is true. Most valuable player. That goes to you, Mary.
Kim just pops in and she says Dil over on Twitch. She's multi-streaming right now.
Anagstopolis. I think I said it right. Anagstopolis.
Mary, I just want to let you know, love you. You're amazing. I am never going to try and pronounce your last name. You're just Mary.
You're Mary. Mary, you need some loving. We appreciate you, Mary.
Like any other Mary, any other Mary that comes up, I will refer to by both names, first and last name. You are just Mary.
The Mary.
The Mary.
You are the one.
Yeah, exactly.
So, what do you call it? All right, so Dil Pickles.
Dil Pickles.
All right, I'm going to vote. And we could very well be on the same side on this one. But I'm going to go with that Dil is truly inconsequential.
You'd think that we were going to be on the same side, but I am going to argue that Dil is consequential.
Really?
One, because you would not, if Dil didn't exist,
okay,
we don't have the Rugrats movie. The first Rugrats movie doesn't exist without Dil.
Okay, I mean,
because that was the whole purpose of the movie. The whole purpose of the movie was Dee Dee had a baby, and Tommy was figuring out how to be a big brother, so he's looking after Dil, thus them getting into that whole escapades where they're stuck in the jungle with the monkeys and stuff like that.
Okay.
Without Dil, that doesn't happen.
I got you. But so drop the Twitch link. What's the Twitch link?
The Twitch link is the Grindhouse Radio, twitch.tv/the Grindhouse Radio.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Ellie. What do you call it? So, okay, yeah. All right, I understand where you're coming from, but he was not around prior, so the movie could have been made about anything. We're talking about the series.
Yeah, yes,
we're talking about the series as a whole. The series as a whole, he means absolutely, positively nothing, because Rugrats was a thing before Dil Pickles. Dil Pickles came along, and it's like, you know what I'm saying?
That's true.
And, it's a cute baby. They're all babies.
That's true, but it changed the way Tommy Pickles was as a character, because it made Tommy go from being this adventurous only child to now Tommy the main character of the show. Like Tommy Pickles is, I know everybody else is important, but Tommy Pickles is the main focus of the show because it's the house they're always in.
Right.
It made Tommy go from being this only child to being the big brother. Like that's why I always related. Like, not only was his name Tommy, and I related to him because it was a character that had my name, but it's because he was an older brother. He was a big brother. It changed the dynamic of Tommy Pickles as a character.
But what season did Dil even come in on? Do you remember? Or did he come in from...
The thing is there's so many... I'm pretty sure Rugrats is one of those, like, there's so many episodes that you just forget how many seasons of the show actually existed.
Right.
But he... it was well enough into the show. Like Dil Pickles came in like because the
It
show
was after the fact.
the show started in what the early 90s,
Okay.
mid 90s. Dil probably showed up 99, 2000 maybe.
But how much? All right, now look, take the movie, put it on the side. In the grand scheme of things, how much did Dil truly have to do with anything that happened in the actual show?
Everything that Tommy did centered around what he was going to do. That how he was going to be able to keep an eye on Dil. Like he would always take into account where Dil Pickles was in the whole thing, and then it also changed the interaction between Tommy and his parents because he wasn't the only baby in the house anymore. He had Dil that his parents were looking after. So like I think Dil's consequential because he changed the whole landscape of how the Rugrats was as a TV show. Inconsequential to me would be like he had no effect on the show.
I think we should toss him in with one of the dirty diapers is what I think. Because, look, the character, it's a cute character. What do you call it?
Like,
who is it? Tara Strong, right? Tara does
I think so. I think she does
I think
Dil.
Tara does Dil.
Like Phil and Lil's dad would be inconsequential because I don't even remember his name. And
you just remembered it.
And what do you mean?
You just said Phil and Lil. Oh, Phil and Lil's dad.
Phil and Lil's dad is
right.
inconsequential because I don't even remember his name. And the mom, who I can't remember either, is blanking on me. But she's a strong character, and
Okay. Well, all the parents are characters in it, and they're and none of the parents except for
Beth. I think Beth is coming to me.
Yeah, none of the parents except for Grandpa and what do you call it, and the Pickles parents are really important, quote unquote. I mean, well, I guess Stu
and Dee Dee are absolutely important. The grandpas are important. Charlotte and Drew, Angelica's parents, they're important. Chaz Finster, he's important. The only parent that's not important is Phil and Lil's dad, because I, again, don't even remember his name, and I remember him kind of looking like Sideshow Bob from The Simpsons.
But here's the thing. This is not a battle about that. This is a battle of the babies.
Exactly, but I'm saying
this is a battle of the babies, Greer.
You're right.
And I'm telling you that I think that Dil they could have done without him. What you know what I'm saying? What if listen, not to be gross, but Dil could have been aborted and nothing else would have happened.
Oh my God! I mean, Dil could have wound. I was about to say something even more gross. To say Dil could have wound up in a sock somewhere. But
but there you go.
But I'm just saying, I understand.
What's the mother's name again? Dee Dee. Dee Dee could have swallowed.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying?
We are talking about the Rugrats, but this is not a family-friendly episode, I guess, to everybody.
Listen.
But, no, look, I understand.
This isn't GHR.
I kind of get where you're coming from, but I think that Dil Pickles as a character, while he wasn't the same baby, like he wasn't adding to the... Like, he wasn't a talking baby who was adding necessarily to the adventures himself. I think he was enough of a big character because he changed who Tommy Pickles was. He changed the character of Tommy Pickles because he went from being just a regular only child to now I'm a big brother. I have more responsibilities. I got to do what I'm going to do to hang with my friends, but I also got to take care of my little brother and make sure he's included and make sure he's safe.
Greer, if you're going to say it right. Responsibilities.
Thank you. He's got to have some responsibilities.
Thank you. You have to make sure you say it right.
Yeah.
For that, I'm going to give you one step closer to being consequential.
Yeah.
Just because you fixed it, I'm going to go.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know. I'm very on the fence with that. I see where you're coming from. I can appreciate where you're coming from.
I think if we're talking about the babies specifically. She's not a part of the conversation. Obviously, this is Dil and Maggie we're focusing on.
Right.
I think. What's her face? Kimmy, is that her name? The Asian girl that becomes Chucky's stepsister.
Right.
She's more what's Kim? Did she yell from the other room? What was it? Yeah, it was. Yeah, she's more inconsequential than Dil is.
I understand, but she's not necessarily.
She's not a part of the conversation.
She's not a part of the conversation.
I understand.
And again, but here it is. She is as consequential as Dil is, because she came in and they showed, a family has adopted a baby, yada yada yada.
Oh, you're right.
The baby is Asian, right. And now Chucky changes his entire world because of that. So yeah.
Okay, she's probably about as consequential as Dil.
Right, but they took her and they threw her into an already going series. If they never put her in there, how much would it have changed? You know what I'm saying? The same thing with Dil. If they didn't get Prego again, okay? If Dee Dee's ego did not get Prego, all right? Let's put this in perspective. Would it have changed? You know what I'm saying?
Well, it would have changed Tommy. It would have, like I said, it would have changed. Tommy Pickles wouldn't have become the character that he did. Where again, Tommy Pickles became, instead of just being this lone only child,
Right.
he got the responsibilities
Right.
of being an older brother. Like
Okay.
he has to take care of his younger brother.
So
make sure
progression.
he's Ellie Rocks. Welcome to the chat. Maggie FTW. Yeah, I forgot the name. I forgot the name. Oh no, yeah, no, we're talking Maggie Simpson. Yeah, no, but we'll get there.
We'll get to
we're not
Maggie.
there. We're not there
will.
just yet. Maggie's coming up next. But yeah, I would
sponsor Bellardies.
I have to say Dil is consequential. I think he's very important to the Rugrats story. Did you ever hear the theory with Rugrats?
No. While we're talking about the theory real quick, everybody, try to drop in the comments what your thoughts are. Do you feel that Dil Pickles is consequential, inconsequential? Give us some reasons. Bring it down below so this way we can talk about it.
Yeah.
So, all right, go ahead.
The theory is, you know how Dil Pickles is the only baby that doesn't talk to the rest of the babies?
Yes.
That Angelica actually lost her mind, and or I think it was Angelica is the product of like she was like a drug baby, like her real mom was like on things, and like that her real mom is what Cynthia looks like, but she's imagining all the other babies, and that's why all the other babies can talk, and Dil's the only one that doesn't talk because Angelica is losing her mind and imagining Tommy, Chucky, Phil, and Lil, and they don't really exist.
Wow.
But Dil Pickles does because Dil's the only baby that doesn't speak like a regular person.
That's interesting.
At all. Like even interacting with the parents, he doesn't, and interacting with everybody else, he doesn't.
I think I've heard that before.
I have. I think it's crap because
I think it's kind of silly, but
Yeah.
I guess I can see it a little bit.
Yeah.
So is Angelica's real parents? What do you call it? Not Walter
Well,
White, but the other one.
I think her,
Jesse is
Yeah.
she Jesse Pinkman's kid?
Jesse Pinkman's kid. That's funny. No, but look, like I said, I will of these two. I mean, I'm probably we'll see where we go with Maggie, but
Yeah.
I think Dil Pickles is consequential. We'll see where I stand when we get to the end of this when we start arguing Maggie. But no, I think Dil's got to be consequential to the Rugrats story.
All right. And so, what do you have you been? Are you getting anything over there in terms of
nothing from
consequential or not?
Nothing from any of the other chats.
You're
on YouTube
useless,
or
damn it!
Facebook.
You're useless,
But-
people. Give us some information down below.
Yeah, guys, let us know. What do you feel about Dil? Do you feel like Dil actually was important to the Rugrats story? Do you think he was a take it or leave it kind of character? I understand if you want to say that if they just took Dil out, it may have been the same show.
Right.
I mean, I could understand the argument maybe a little bit, but I will just say that I don't think a lot of the characters would have the same interactions. At least Tommy himself, the main character of the show, Tommy Pickles, I feel like would not have the same experiences going forward.
Would he have survived the snap? You know what I'm saying? Would
No,
Dil have
Dil
survived the snap? You know what I'm talking about?
Well, I mean, like which one of them would have survived?
Thanos snap.
I mean, like which one of them would have survived? Like Dil probably wouldn't have survived. One of Phil or Lil wouldn't have survived.
Yeah, I could have done without either of them.
Phil and Lil, you could have done without Phil and Lil.
Yeah, I didn't care about them.
They were pretty big characters.
I didn't care about them.
Dil is Ellie Rocks on Twitch says Dil is inconsequential. So we got one consequential because Kim says Dil was important,
Right.
changed Tommy's mindset, and Dil was this is for Mary. Dil was consequential because he was the one who made the others grow up. That's a good point. Is that like Dil came and then everybody else realized that they're the older personality. Like they're closer to Angelica than they are the babies.
I want to be grown up.
Yeah, exactly. That's probably one of the best episodes
All
of Rugrats when they all grow up. When,
All right.
Chucky
So
and Tommy grow up.
what I'm gonna do is, I mean, we have our show without Dil would have still worked, but Dil being there adds a layer to the storyline.
Yeah, she's right.
Okay. So what I'll do is I'm gonna concede on this one. We'll say that he's consequential, but a limited consequential.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He's consequential, but he's consequential in specific ways. Like, yeah, if you like Kim said, if you took Dil out altogether, like he never happened, I think Rugrats still would have been an entertaining show. I think they would have found a way. But I do think because they added Dil, it added a new layer to the show and it added a new feel to the show because now they're not just babies. Now they're older. Now Tommy's an older sibling, or
Right.
they're all so close that they're all older siblings because they basically all grew up together.
I'll give you that. I'm gonna go with you on this.
Isn't
one.
it a little silly though when you like really try to dissect a show that was for 9 or 10-year-olds?
Yeah.
Isn't it so funny when you're like really just diving into the importances of a baby?
This is true. But the funny thing is,
cartoon.
The funny thing is that most of these cartoons were made for adults.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I
You know?
my biggest comparison for that is Rocco from Rocco's Modern Life. In one episode, he's a phone sex operator. Yeah, it was so funny. So funny. Oh baby, oh baby, oh baby.
All right. So then, all right, we're gonna go with the Dil's Consequential. I was outnumbered for those of you who were on my team Inconsequential. I'm sorry, I was outnumbered. I had to switch sides, and I hope you'll forgive me. So that being said, let's go on to Maggie Simpson.
Maggie Simpson. This is another one of those like real interesting ones.
I'm gonna go with the fact that Maggie was consequential.
Okay.
And the reason why I feel that she was consequential is because she was she didn't come after the fact. She was there. She was there at the beginning.
Yep.
She is involved she's like the underlying, character in like every storyline that they have. She's doing something that she shouldn't necessarily be doing.
Yeah.
What do you call it? And the character brings life to the family.
I would argue.
Am I making sense?
I would argue that she's probably the smartest of the Simpson group, including Lisa.
Yeah.
Like I think she's probably the smartest and probably the most cunning of the Simpson group because, like, look, she obviously doesn't say much because she's a baby, but right. Ellie Rocks on Twitch says she shot Mr. Burns. Yeah, she did shoot Mr. Burns. There are times
she's a murderous thing. That
in the picture. She breaks off one of her baby bottles and is going. I don't remember what she's fighting, but she's going to fight something with a broken baby bottle. Like Maggie was always like she didn't have any. She would always like have one of those things that would happen at like the very end of an episode, or she'd have like those one like really like short like 2-second scenes of her doing something funny or her doing something like witty. That I think, I think like you can't take Maggie from The Simpsons. Like you would be missing a character if you took Maggie from The Simpsons.
Absolutely. Jose says, "Okay, I'm late. You're late, man. That's not good, man. Now you missed a whole good set portion that I could have used your help on in proving that Dil Pickles was inconsequential. But again, what do you call it? All right, what else? We say Maggie totally consequential. Rugrats, I would totally forget. I had in the car with me. Okay, going to hell for that one.
You forget Dil in the car.
Never too late. Welcome, welcome. Very good. What do you call it?
I think, and Ellie says, I think she was fighting unibrow baby. That's what she was. Yes, that's kind of what she was. Maggie was like the baby that still had some edge to her. Like Maggie seemed like she was an adult in a baby's body.
This is true.
You know what I mean? Like she was like a secret genius trapped in a baby's body.
I think what she was the perfect blend of Bart and Lisa.
Yeah.
She had all the best of both.
Yeah.
And and she just caused trouble that you didn't even know about.
And she also I think like where everybody else kind of flies off the handles and like kind of goes to extremes, like Bart will go to his crazy like bad kid extreme. Lisa will go to her crazy know-it-all extreme. Homer obviously would be his stupid self. Maggie was the middle ground. Like Maggie found
stupid self.
Maggie never got too over she was the level-headed one of the whole group, even though she didn't say anything. Like she'd always there to comfort Homer when he needed it. She would always be there for like Lisa and Bart when they needed it. Like she managed to be the even keel Simpson, even though she was a baby and never said anything.
This is a great point. Jose says, if there wasn't a Maggie, there would be no Stewie.
That's true.
That's a really good point. And the fact is, because Family Guy was kind of like a spin-off, make fun of The Simpsons, right?
Well,
or not
Simpsons...
as make fun of, but it was like a duplicate of, all right, this is
the
what
Simpsons
works.
are trailblazers. The Simpsons are trailblazers. Without the Simpsons, we don't have a lot of their shows. Like Family Guy doesn't exist, American Dad doesn't exist. I would imagine, I don't know the time frame, but I bet you King of the Hill doesn't even exist in the same way it does if you don't have the Simpsons being the trailblazers in like adult cartoons,
Maggie is as important as the platypus was in Phineas and Ferb.
That's a phenomenal point, Mary, that Perry the Platypus is the quiet secret agent character that doesn't say much or if anything at all. But
it's doing everything throughout the entire thing.
Doing everything secretly throughout the episode, and that is exactly who Maggie is as a character.
Perry the Platypus. I loved Perry the Platypus. Wait. I had to do that. I'm sorry.
I love Maggie. You can't take Maggie from the Simpsons.
Maggie's definitely a win. I mean, look, we can speak her good graces forever and a day.
I will say if we're gonna have to come to terms with like who's more inconsequential than the other, I would 100% say, and it's good we save her for last, I would 100% say Maggie is more consequential to The Simpsons than Dil is to the Rugrats. I feel like, especially since also The Simpsons is going for the cliche, like the cliche American family, two parents, 2 working parents and 3 kids.
Yeah.
Like if you take Maggie out, you don't have that dynamic. You still just have, it's obviously just the 2 kids, but you don't. Maggie's integral to the fabric of the Simpsons family.
I agree. I agree. I absolutely do. Anything from the the pigeon coop here? Anybody have any ideas? Coop. What do you call it? The inconsequential coop? Is that what we're gonna call it? We call it
the inconsequential. We'll get there. We'll figure out what we're gonna call chat. But
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Maggie was always like the sneaky funny character. Like you kind of forgot that she existed, and then every once in a while, like they mentioned before, she'll shoot Mr. Burns, and it's like, oh my God, Maggie, what the hell are you doing? Or she'll put like a kick me sign on someone's back, or like she's
the devil, man. She is Bart in miniature form, but still has the smarts of Lisa.
She's Bart. Yeah, exactly. She's Bart with Lisa's brains.
They were all kind of really smart, to be honest, though. Like all the kids were smart. Bart was a bad kid, but he was a smart kid. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he was a diabolical kid. I don't know if that's necessarily the same, because I felt like Bart was an evil Homer. Because Bart was still kind of dumb. Like Bart wasn't school smart really, but he was smart enough to like prank people and like, get one over on people. Right. But I wouldn't necessarily consider Bart like a super smart character.
Yeah.
That's why that's a perfect description is Maggie is the perfect combination of Bart and Lisa. Right. Like she learned from her older siblings and became like the perfect character, the perfect combination of the 2 of them.
In my personal opinion, Itchy and Scratchy are more consequential than freaking Dil Pickles and Rugrats. Itchy and Scratchy are more consequential in The Simpsons than Dil Pickles is in Rugrats.
You think though?
I really do. Jose says, "Who are we tackling next week?" You'll have to wait.
You'll have to wait and see, sir. We're not just gonna give away.
Magician
never reveals their secrets.
Consechat. All right, there we go. Kim says Consechat.
That's a good name.
What do you call it? Let's see. We have a little bit of time. If anybody has somebody that you feel is inconsequential that you want us to argue right now, we can always do that. I have someone in mind. If you guys don't come up with something,
do you have a character baby that we could throw in, because it is the battle. This episode was the Battle of the Babies. We did Maggie versus Dil, and
I have another quasi baby.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying, but I want to see if anybody else has. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, we'll give them totally. We'll leave that one open to the chat. We'll try it on the concert chat.
Yeah,
we were just trying that on for you, Kim. We'll see what happens.
I don't know. It's a little lame. I'm sorry. It's not awful. It's just not good. Stop being nice. Stop being nice.
I'm gonna try it out. We're not just gonna read it and not try it out first.
What do you call it? Let's see. All right. What do you call it? So if anybody anybody drop it in there?
Baby Herman.
Wait, Baby Herman. Wait, yes, that's the old character, Baby Herman, right?
I don't know.
Wait, Baby Herman is from. Is that from Roger Rabbit?
Is that what that's from?
Is that
Jose?
Baby?
Is that because that's what Jose said? Baby Herman. Is that who that is from Roger Rabbit?
Is that from Roger Rabbit, or is it Baby Herman, the one from way back, like Warner Brothers? Oh my God, I can't believe I'm blanking out. I know the name. Yeah, it is Roger Rabbit. Okay. So yeah, he's the little baby with the what do you call it, with the big voice, right? I'm pretty sure.
Is he from Roger Rabbit specifically, or was he in other things other than Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
He came from No, I don't know. No, I think he came from Roger Rabbit.
Did he?
I think he came from Roger Rabbit.
Just because, look, I'm gonna co-starred in Disney's. Yeah, no, he did. He's from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I don't know. I don't know if I would consider him consequential to the Who Framed Roger Rabbit story. I mean, like, are all the tunes consequential to that story? Like, he's a funny character. Don't get me wrong. Baby Herman is is hilarious. He's vulgar, like you said, vulgar. Has the cigar.
Yeah.
Is funny because he's like, I feel like he's He's the adult version of Boss Baby, like the movie Boss Baby that just came out with Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
If you would have came out with Boss Baby like in the mid '90s and early '80s, or like the late '80s, early '90s,
Yeah.
it would be Baby Herman. Baby Herman would be the Boss Baby character.
This is
smoking cigars, probably drinking scotch or something like that.
I give you that.
But I don't necessarily know if Baby Herman's consequential to the Who Framed Roger Rabbit story. He's only in it for a couple of minutes.
Yeah. Did he set the tone of the no, not really.
Not really, because it's there's just such there's just so many cartoons or cartoon characters in that movie that like, is any one character more consequential than just Roger Rabbit himself?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like the only I would definitely consider Baby Herman inconsequential to the Who Framed Roger Rabbit story.
Yeah, I definitely think that you're onto something there. I'm not like I
didn't
Baby Huey. Baby Huey's the old school character. All right, it was just bothering me. I'm sorry. Yeah, Baby Huey is like the big like duckish thing. I don't remember in like a yeah. Anyway, that being said. Let's see.
I say we discuss
Ed and Eddie.
And Eliza from Gargoyle.
Ed and Eddie would be a completely different show because we'd need to dissect who's the most consequential out of the three.
Yeah.
I think that would take a while.
That would take a while. Well, that'd be literally one entire episode. Ed and Eddie. But that would be a lot. That'd actually be a lot of fun. We can definitely put that on the list. Thank you, Kim.
Jose, I say we discuss April O'Neil versus Eliza from Gargoyles. Okay.
Oh, that's such a good one. I'm gonna have to go rewatch Gargoyles now because it's on Disney Plus, and I loved that show when I was a kid. But yeah, no, I think we came to some good conclusions. So, all right, so are we gonna end it with two consequentials and an inconsequential, or are we just gonna trade off between Dil and Maggie?
What do you call it?
Or are we going to just do both of them are consequential?
I think both of them are consequential. We got two winners there. But we still have some time, and I do have another mini that we could throw in there.
Okay.
That could be a quick chat. It could be a longer chat. It depends on what we want to do with it. But what do you call it? I think that we could just toss in Scrappy Doo.
Scrappy Doo. Okay, so Scrappy Doo, I'm going to go ahead and just say is inconsequential because the cartoons with Scrappy Doo really weren't that great. I thought he was more of an annoying character. Like, I didn't like the Scrappy Doo, like the just Scrappy, Shaggy, and Scooby episodes.
Right.
Like, I think that might have been a show all in itself. I thought that was lame. I just like the classic Scooby Doo and the rest of the mystery team. Like, I don't think Scrappy Doo is needed in the least bit.
I really hated Scrappy Doo for the most part.
Everybody hated Scrappy.
I think so. But what do you call it? But now, and I'm just going to argue a little bit because otherwise it wouldn't be truly inconsequential. I'm going to argue a little bit because he was the protagonist in a lot of things. You know what I mean? Because Scrappy Doo thought that he was like the man. He thought that he was.
Yeah, but I think it was just more annoying than anything.
Yeah, Scrappy Doo was so not needed. I agree. I don't think he was needed. Again, though, so Scrappy Doo is just as important as Dil Pickles because he came in later. And what do you call it? And then just effed shit up. You know what I mean?
But
Sorry
the thing
about
is,
that.
I don't think but I think Scrappy Doo came in and did more disservice because he came in and was he was an annoyance. Like, Dil Pickles doesn't come in and do anything other than just be a cute baby that Tommy realizes he has to be an older brother and protect. Like, That's what I'm saying. Dil himself is, like, not his personality is not why he's consequential. It's what he did to Tommy Pickles and the rest of the babies that makes him consequential. Scrappy Doo came in and was just the most annoying character that they could have ever added to Scooby-Doo. And it's just like, why did we add him? Like, why does Scooby-Doo need this annoying nephew who won't shut the hell up about being the toughest dog and you're like 2 foot tall?
Exactly. Scrappy Doo was so not needed. Absolutely dislike him. More of an annoyance. Brought the show down. Scrappy was like the alien dude from Flintstones. Hold on now. I liked him. What was his name again?
Wasn't it the Great Gazoo?
The Great Gazoo was cool.
He was cool.
He was inconsequential, but he was cool.
Yeah.
We should do him for an episode.
Let's go like
Jose the only time with the freaking good ideas.
The only time Scrappy's consequential is the Scooby-Doo movie, the Scooby-Doo live-action movie, because he's the bad guy at the end. And even that was like I felt like anticlimactic. That kind of stunk because like
Yeah.
everybody hates Scrappy.
That's
You know,
true.
like everybody hated Scrappy Doo so much that they made him a bad guy at the end of the first movie, live action movie that they did.
I think that was the funny little thing, to do because they knew how much everybody couldn't stand him. There was still some more. Do you want to read them off, or do you want me to read them?
Scrappy Doo was like the kitten on Tom and Jerry. I totally agree with you on that one. Scrappy Doo, Jose said, that was from Mary. Jose says, Scrappy was nothing more than a pitch from a writer who thought he was way too smart and funny. Yeah, no, I agree.
Just like Scrappy Doo.
Exactly. Exactly. That was the writer was Scrappy Doo. That's what it was. Scrappy Doo wrote himself in because I don't know. I thought he brought the show down. I thought he was more of an annoying character rather than adding to the story or changing who Scooby or the rest of the characters were. I don't think the Scrappy Doo episodes and the Scrappy Doo show with Scooby and Shaggy, you can just throw that away and I don't care. Like it wouldn't matter.
All right.
I don't think it affects the show in any way.
So I think we're in agreement, truly inconsequential.
Truly inconsequential.
Toss him right into the trash. He can go in the diaper bin.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, those other two babies make a lot of poop.
Yeah, the two babies make more poop than one.
That's what I'm talking about. What do you call it? Anyway, listen, we totally appreciate you guys hanging with us. Remember, every single week, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Mr. Greer and Old Brim are going to be hanging with you guys doing Truly Inconsequential. If you have ideas, please send them over to us. We are glad to check them out and put them in the list of things we have to do. As Greer always says,
rate, review, subscribe. Hit the subscribe buttons everywhere. Follow us on Twitch. Follow us. Hit the subscribe button on YouTube. I know if you're here on Facebook, you're already following us on Facebook, but if you're not, follow us on Facebook. And you can always watch us on thegrindhouseradio.com.
And as always, we will see you next week.
So long, everybody.
GHR, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.